those are short major 2-5-1s. And we're going to do that in the key of C. We're going to use the C major scale in 8th position. That's pattern 4 with the roots on 1, 4, and 6. Now, what we're going to do is start on a chord tone of the 2 chord, right? And okay, so that's D minor 7. So we got the root here or here. That's D. And then the 3rd, F. And the 5th is A on the 10th fret. And then we have C, which is the 7th of the chord, on the 8th fret. And I want to start from a high note in the scale, so I'm going to use the higher root. Okay, so the first one, we're going to descend from there and go down the C major scale. And when you have a short 2-5-1, the scale by itself will lead through the 3 chords. So if you start on the root of D minor and you go down the C major scale, you're going to get the root of G7 and the root of C. Now, another way to think about these is when you see a 2-5-1, and you want to learn to identify those really quickly when you see them on a chart, for example, this is the 2nd degree of the scale, right? This F is the 4th degree of the scale, and the A is the 6th degree of the scale. So the tones of the 2 chord are extensions of the 1. In other words, they're the non-chord tones in the key over the C chord, right? So when you see a 2-5-1, you can immediately jump to the 2, the 4, the 6, or the root. Start from any of those notes, descend the scale, and you will fit the 2-5-1 perfectly. So the first one was like this. I'm going to do it slow with the click here. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now the next one, we're going to start from the 4th degree of C, which is the 3rd of the D minor chord. So here we're going to go down from F. And we'll get the same thing. We get this 3rd of D minor, the 3rd of G7, and then the 3rd of C. So here we are from F. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now let's go to the 5th of the 2 chord, A. That's the 6th degree of the major scale. So we're going to get the 5th of D, we'll get the 5th of G, and then the 5th of C. So let's do that one. 70 beats a minute. Where are we? A, 3, 4. And finally, we're going to start on the 7th degree of the 2 chord, and that's C natural. Now that's very pretty. We're going to get 7ths on every chord. So let's do that. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, as you can guess, when you play it faster, it'll sound a lot better. It'll swing pretty hard. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can set up a loop. If you have iReal Pro, what I'm using here, you can make a track of short 2-5-1s going through all 12 keys, right? And I'm going to do that in a minute here. But I just wanted to stop for a second and say that the principles of this are in my Jazz Soloing Basics for Guitar, which I will link in the comments below. And if you like my channel, please subscribe to it and click the thumbs up. And let's see, is there anything else I wanted to say about this? If you can't play these things in time just yet, you can do it without the track or without a metronome. And just make sure you're counting so that you're starting on the right beat and you're playing in time. It could be as slow as it needs to be. As long as you're starting on the beats that you plan on, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and so forth. It's more important to be aware of the counting than it is to be able to play fast. And you always want to know what beat you're playing over. Now, in the next video, I will come back and see what happens if we start on the other tones of the scale. Like, for instance, if I start from the B over the D minor 7 chord, we're going to have to add some chromatic notes, possibly, or enclosures. So we'll do that in the next video. I want to keep this short. And I'm going to go out playing this thing in all 12 keys. So what have I got first? C major, nice and slow. I've got 2 of each, so now I'm going to start on A. Okay, now I'm in the key of F, going up a 4th. Lots of 2-5-1s all over the jazz standards. Okay, B flat now, so. E flat from the root. Next time, A flat. Have a great day.